Bonjour, Jumbo, Mboni, Etisei, Aquaba, Karibisana. You're welcome. Yo, what's up? What's poppin', my people?
Let me talk to you guys. See, I'm a beauty. I'm a speck. I drip in glory. I'm nobody's ex. See, haters will hate. Potatoes.
Hey guys, what's up? What's poppin'? It's your girl, Miss Susie, and I'm back with another story time. And today's story time, I'll be telling you how your girl, your baby girl, was being stalked as if I'm in a movie. Like, this boy was stalking me as if I'm in You. If you guys have watched You understand. Like, this boy was stalking the hell out of me. And I wasn't having it. I just want to say a massive thank you to all my new sub. I appreciate you passing by. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and the notification bell below so you'll be notified each time I post. And if you're a returning sub, baby, Sherry Coco, you know how we do it on this channel. This channel is all about love, banter, story time, tears. Everything is on this channel. So thank you so much for returning. Well, in 2019, I officially got the key to my flat. Yay! I was so excited. If some of you know, I used to live in a studio flat, which was like a student accommodation but was more mixed with mature student. So we didn't have like curfew like other like student accommodation do have. We could bring visitors as anytime we like, and we can have as many visitors as we like, really. But yeah, I got to a point where I got tired of living at student accommodation. So the summer of 2019, I moved back home for a bit, and I was looking for a flat. And luckily for me, gosh, my friend hooked me up with some hot flat. So my friend hooked me up with this agency who had this amazing new built flat, which I've seen one before because my friend's friend lived there. So yeah, and I fell in love when I saw it. So when he told me there was a flat available, best believe it, I didn't even want to look at how much the deposit was. I just wanted to pay that deposit and get the hell out of Manchester. So yeah, so I paid the deposit without even coming to see the flat, and then I was excited for a new chapter. Little did I know, I'm about to meet my stalker. I'm about to meet the guy from You, literally. So the first time I came to get the key, I came with my friend. We got the key and then we went back. My friend helped me move my stuff, which I left at this storage in Wolverhampton. And this storage, they messed up my shit. But that's the story for another day. But I just a disclaimer, yeah, don't ever leave your stuff in a storage just because the person said they know you or you have some sort of friendship, knowing that it's not a proper storage. I had to learn the hard way. Like, literally, I will insert videos on how I find my property, and I'll insert a video on when I dropped my properties, how they were looking. It was not the same, but anyway, that's a story for another day. And so yeah, I moved in. I was so excited. You know, I was ready to meet my neighbor. Where I live, there's not any like student. It's more of like a family home, family flat. Yeah, most of the people here, I'm literally like the youngest one here. Yeah, I'm the youngest one here. And I remember when I was getting the flat, my landlord was very skeptical on whether to let me live here or not because of my age. And yeah, because most people here, they're like married, you know, partners. So yeah, so I was really excited, and I was excited to meet my neighbors. And because most of the people who live here, they're like couples, so you barely see people. But then there was this particular couple who the husband was always like, I always bumped into him. in the stairs or when we're going to throw the bin. Yeah, we had a couple chat. And then obviously when I moved in, I didn't have anything in my flat because, like I said, the stuff I left in storage was all messed up, all mashed up, and I could barely even get anything from that storage place. So I had to start buying everything afresh, literally everything, from my TV to my spoon, everything. So yeah, my house was empty. They have a bed, they have nothing, no mattress, nothing. I used to sleep on the floor. Literally, I think like the fact that I slept on the floor when I moved in, it motivated me to furnish my house completely in a month. I finished furnishing my place in a month completely. So yeah, this young gentleman, it was nice. I didn't think anything of him. It was Oibo, and I was like, okay, for an Oibo person, he was very friendly, very helpful. And then he said to me, because where we live, we don't have a escalator, we don't have a lift. Literally, it's this long ass stairs, and I live on the last floor. And the stairs goes like dum 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 dum. Like if you've been to my house, you know those stairs don't joke. You know them stairs mean business. You get me? And then it was nice. So then it was I had a delivery, and then I couldn't carry it upstairs. I went to knock on for him. I was like, hey, I can't carry my bed upstairs. Can you help me? He's like, yeah. And this missus came to the door. She was like, oh, yeah, sure. He can help you. So he carried my bed upstairs. We were talking, interacting, asking me, like, are you seeing anyone? At that time, I wasn't official with my ex-partner. It was more like I was getting to know my ex-partner. So yeah, I was like, no, I'm getting to know somebody at the moment. And yeah, so, you know, no more chit chat, no more general. I didn't think anything of it. And you know, I had couple delivery, same thing happened, just no more general chit chat. When I started realizing that this guy is a bit of a in the head, but obviously I wasn't sure, because I thought, you know what, am I judging him too early? Maybe I am. Maybe he's just such a lovely guy, but I'm just taking it in the wrong way. So, but I just kept that eye open just in case. You know, you never know. And then one day, it was like, oh, where do you studying? I'm like, and then he was like, oh, cool, I know that place. I'm like, oh, mad. Nice. But it's the way he said, I was just like, all right, cool. Little did I know, this boy stalked me. He followed me to uni. He knew what I was studying. I don't know how. And he knew the time I finished. He knew the days I was in uni and days which I was off. How scary is that? So then we kind of like built a friendship, you know, a normal neighbor to neighbor friendship. You know, like when I need help with something, he'll be like, hey, do you need help to fix this? Do you need help to fix the table? I'm like, yeah. He'll pull through. And when he needs like sugar or salt, yeah, I'll give him sugar, I'll give him salt. I didn't think anything of it. And then I think because I was slept on the floor for a very long period whilst I was moving in and buying stuff, it made me very poorly. I was so sick. When I tell you I could barely get out of bed, I think like I had COVID. I think I had COVID, but people just didn't know what COVID was. Because, bro, I was sick. Like, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't taste nothing. Literally. But anyway. And then one time, he came through, and a friend of mine was here. She was helping me, like, fix things in my house. Yeah, the tables, whatever needed fixing. She was helping me. So, I appreciate that. And then he knocked at the door, and then my friend answered, and he was like, oh, I'm looking for Susu. And my friend was like, Susu, someone looking for you. I'm like, who is it? And then he says his name. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well, but come back in 5 minutes, I need to have a shower. So I went to have a shower. Before I could even get out of the shower, he knocked again. So I opened the door, and then he was like, oh, is your friend still here? I'm like, yeah, she's here for a bit of time to help me out. And then he's like, oh, mad. Okay, cool. And then when he was leaving, he gave me a paper. So I was just like, why are you giving me a paper? The fuck? And then it's like, just take it. And I was like, all right, cool. I took it. At the back of the paper, it says my university name. And in front of the paper, it's got his phone number. And now like, I'm thinking like, this is weird as hell. But like, I don't understand why he's playing her. But anyway, what's my own? So then I just carried on. I didn't call him or anything. But obviously where I live downstairs, just because of emergency and stuff like that, they've got this box where on your door it's got like your phone number at the bottom, just in case anything ever go wrong. They can always call you and let you know what's going on with your house or what's going on with electricity or gas. So then he went downstairs and I looked up my number. He got my number from there. So now somebody's calling me on call ID. I'm like, hello. When I pick up, the person hung up. And then one day he suddenly got the boss to call me on his phone. I was like, excuse me, how did you get my number? He's like, hello, hi, you're right. I'm like, yeah. He's like, is this Susu? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, who is this? He's like, oh, I'm your neighbor, Patrick. I'm like, Patrick? Why are you calling me? And then he's like, you know, I just wanted to check up on you. I'm like, for what? I'm not, did I tell you something I was wrong? He's like, no, remember the other day when I came to your house, you were ill and your friend was there. I didn't want to disturb, but obviously you've not called me, so I'm calling to check up on you. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you checking up on me, but I've got to go. So I hung up. This man, this yeye man, this olodu, oloshi, this imbecile, this nigga lakatana dollar, Musenjina Diama. He has the audacity to tell me when he came and gave me the paper, I had a towel on by purpose so I can seduce him. Hold on a minute. Hold up a minute. What? Seduce you? You the Chris. You the Chris. Yeah, just take a moment and just deep it. He said I was trying to seduce him. So then I read the message. I didn't respond to it. And then I called my mom. I was like, Mom, look at this. It's weird. So my mom is like, don't mind him. Just leave him. Cool. Yep. And then I seen him in the States. He apologized. But then you see, yeah, he knew my pattern. And obviously he could tell like whatever game he was on, I wasn't on it, in it. So what he'll do is when I come back from uni, he'll wait for me on the stairs. Because for me to go to my flat, I have to pass his flat because mine is right at the top. And like, I don't know where he just be on the stairs. I'm like, what are you doing? And he'll block my way. He's like, oh, I just wanted to say hi to you. You'll be ignoring me. I'm like, because I'm busy. I forgot to mention, whilst he's doing all this shakara, his wife is heavily pregnant. So then I got my dining chair delivered and tables, and I was struggling to fix it. So I went to knock on him. I was like, hey, can you help me fix my dining table and tray? So he did. He came up. And then, yeah, we started fixing it. We were having a chit chat. I was like, oh, how long have you been with your missus? He's like, well, they've been together since when they were 16. And how he wasn't happy married to her. But you know the usual nonsense. And I was just like, all right, cool. Like, I changed the topic to something else because that conversation was just going south. And I was trying to go up north in it. Like, period. And then he went home that day. He didn't say anything to annoy me. It was a normal general chit chat. He went home. But when he went home, I was just like, there's something weird about this man. Even the way he was looking at me, the way he was sizing me up and down, I was just like, I'm not feeling this nonsense. Then, 2-2s, I'm going to uni now. Ask me why. Once I'm leaving the house, he's getting into his car. So I was just like, hey neighbor, how are you, Patrick? He's like, oh, I'm good. How are you? I'm like, I'm good. He's like, where you going? I'm like, oh, I'm going to uni. And he's like, oh, can I give you a lift? I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. Don't you worry. He's like, no, I'm going through Wolverhampton, so I can always give you a lift. I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry. I'll get the bus. So I went to get the bus. Now ask me why I get off the unibus and I look on the right hand side. There's like shops, and then there's place where you can park once you go inside the shop. Ask me why this guy is in his car and is trying to do this in his car, like trying to hide underneath his chair. I'm like, what? Where is he playing at? So I told my friend, I'm like, can you see him? She's like, yeah, do you know him? He's proper trying to hide. And he managed to put his head down. I was like, all right, cool. Let me just act like I didn't see today. And that carried on for a couple of days. It carried on. It got to a point now where I'm scared now. I'm calling my mom. I'm like, Mom, like, this guy is not stopped stalking me. He's still stalking me, bro. And my mom is like, give you a couple of days. If not, tell the landlord and call the police. Cool. And this time, his wife is still heavily pregnant. And then that carried on for a while. And now he got comfortable to the point where he would follow me if I go to the shop. He would drive behind me. Like, he would be hiding. When I'm going to uni, he would follow me in the morning. He would follow me back in the evening. This guy knew my routine. When I go to work, he knew where I work. He knew what time I finished. Like, I would see him in places. Sometimes I would see him, I'll be like, and then he's hiding. I'm like, wait, is it just in my head? Am I seeing things, or did I just see somebody there? And then it will happen again. I was like, nah, I'm not going crazy. No. Listen, don't make me go and sign off in a psychiatric home knowing well that I'm not going crazy. Knowing well that you are playing mind game. You're playing hide and seek with me. But Bobby, it looks like you're playing by yourself because you're the only person laughing. I ain't laughing with you. And then now, this just keeps going on and on and on. And then one day now, my mom comes and visit me. And then my mom is sitting on the sofa. Me and my siblings are watching TV with my mom. Ask me now why I hear boom, boom, boom. My mom is like, who's that? I hear another boom, boom, boom. My mom says, go and open the door. But my mom was sitting straight, straight opposite the door. So you could see my mom from the door. So now my mom is like, and he's like, hey, you're right. Then he glanced over, he's seen my mom. He's like, you know what? I'll come back later. I'm like, oh, no, what's up? He's like, no, I'll come back later. Cool. Now this is like midnight. I hear again, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what the hell is this? I open, it's him. I'm like, hey. And then he sees my mom again. He's like, can you talk? Can you come outside and talk? I'm like, no. My mom is here. Like, that's my mom. So, oh, shit. That's your mom. I'm like, yeah, my mom is here. With my siblings, my whole family is here. And then he's like, all right, cool. Then he went about his business. And then he carried on for a couple of days until my mom left. And my mom was like, you know what? Susu, you need to be careful because this guy, the way he's moving, you have to tell your landlord. And I'm like, yes, mom. But then I spoke to my landlord, but I said to my landlord, you know what? Give it a while. Let me see how things turns out. And then I think because where we live, there's too much stairs. His wife must have gone to live with her mom until she gave birth. So it was just him in the house. Now this is when I start saying karashika. This is when this boy was doing karashika in this flat. I was seeing different type of karashika. This boy, because obviously, you know, most houses, they have places where you can switch on the lights on and off, but in their own house. But because I live in a flat, everything is downstairs in a little room. So this man, this mumu, this oloshi dada, this man now, it will turn off the light. It will switch off my light in my house so that I'll go downstairs to switch it on, and then I'll meet him halfway in the stairs. The first time he done that was about 6 p.m. But it was around this time, you know, when everywhere is getting dark by 4 p.m. So I went downstairs, I met him in the stairs. But when I met him, this time my heart, like, you know, my heart skipped a bit and my heart just sank. I was just like, can I help you? And then it was like, oh no, I heard you coming down. I'm like, you heard me? Like, there's another neighbor opposite me, and there's somebody opposite you. So how did you hear me? Like, brother, are you out here like bodyguarding me? Like, what one? It's like, oh no, 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 it's not even like that. I was just coming out, and then it just happened that you were coming down as well. I said, cool. So I went downstairs to switch it on. He was like, oh, do you need the key? I'm like, no, I have the key to the room, don't worry. Switch it on, came back, and then he did again. And this time I was just like, you know what, when you get tired, you turn it on. He switched it off for like 2 hours, and I didn't go downstairs. He got tired, and then he turned it back on, and then all I heard was boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the hell? I look up there. He's like, I know you're inside. I know you can hear me. Open the door. What? What? So it's no longer me and you bumping each other in the stairs. Now you are officially telling me that you're stalking me. You're officially telling me that you're watching my every move. What? Are you being serious? Like, for real, for real? So then I'm like, go away, go away. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Go away. It's like, no, you got to talk to me. I'm like, hell to the bloody no. So then he'll knock, he'll ask for random stuff, he'll stalk me. But then he got to a point where, yeah, he started freaking me out. Like, I'll be going to uni and I'll meet him in the stairs, but he'll look so angry, like, like he's possessed. And I was like, this does not feel good. And obviously his wife was not there, so now he can do whatever he wants to do. And then he carried on following me. So I called my landlord. I was like, hey, listen, my neighbor from number, 100, he keeps stalking me. Can you speak to him? He's got a missus. I don't want them to have issues. Just give him a warning. And then I think they must have given him a warning. He kind of like slowed down. And then I managed to get everything in. All my stuff are in. My house is fully furnished. And then he was like, hey, can I come in and see your house? I was like, okay. So I brought him in. We had a cup of coffee. We had a chat, normal general chit chat. And then, but even though we're speaking, yeah, it's bare sizing me up, innit? Like, man's bare looking me up and down. I'm just like, what's wrong? And then he's like, oh, since you moved here, you said you were talking to somebody, but I've never seen you with that person. I said, because I'm Les Bobo. I said to him, I'm Les Bobo. That's why all the girls you've been seeing, they're my girlfriend, because I'm Les Bobo. And he's like, oh, mad. It makes sense. I thought as much. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. One time I came from the shop and I was talking to my mom, and then he must have seen me coming in. So he came and knocked. He was like, hey, can you help me pick up my bed? I dropped some money at the back of my bed. I need help. So I was just like, yeah, let me ask my mom. So I got to my mom, should I go? And my mom said, keep me on the phone. Once you're in his house, make sure you don't lock the door behind you. Make him go first and you stay behind. So in case anything, you can run out. Cool. So my mom is on the phone. Now, when I'm going downstairs, my mom is not saying anything. So he must have thought my mom is off the phone. So then I got into his house. He went in first. He was showing me, oh, this is my living room, blah, blah, blah. I said, cool. Nice flat. Keep it moving. Now we go to the bedroom. I'm like, oh, you go on the window side and I'll stay on this side. I'll help you to pick. He's like, no, you go on the window side. I'm thinking, okay, how long would it take me to run to the door and push him out and then me run out? I said, cool, I've got good couple seconds to do a bit of wrestling with him before I can leave. So then now we're picking up the bed. Ask me now why this baboon is now picking up the bed like this, yeah? Then he does this, he looks at me. And then he looks at the door. And then I look at him, I look at the door. and my phone was in my breast. The way this boy just went phew, whoosh, to the door. I said, huh? Are you normal? Are you normal? So now when he ran out to the door, yeah, now I've gone like I don't understand. Yeah, I think because I already had in my head that he might try to play smart in him. So I ran to the door, and then I started screaming. My mom is like, Sue, what's wrong? Sue, what's wrong? I'm like, Mom, he's trying to lock me in his house. Now I'm pushing him like, bear manager, I'm a strong girl. Like, don't just look at me like this, bro. I go strength for days, bro. So now I pushed him out the door. Now me and him are tussling each other at the door. He's trying to lock the door. He's like, why are you scared of me? Why are you scared of me? Let me close the door. I said, Bomboclat. Are you mad? I should let you lock me in your house. Your head is not correct. One screw has dropped from your head because something in the, make you feel like, I swear, this guy I must have thought, yeah, is in Black Panther. And then once we are tussling with each other, it's like, now this guy now is telling me what I like. He knows this, he knows where I work, da da da. That's when I'm looking at him, I'm like, wait a minute, what? I said, nah, this boy's been following me for so long. So obviously I managed now to push him out of the way. I took my phone, I run upstairs. As soon as I get in, I just put the chain, and then he pushed the door because the chain was already behind the door. He couldn't open the door, and I just locked it. And then he was like, I'm sorry, open the door, boom, boom, boom. Open the door, boom, boom, boom. I said, no, go away. So from that time, and then after that happened, we went into the pandemic. And during the pandemic, sorry, I forgot to mention, yeah, by this time I was official with my ex-partner. So then now me and my ex-partner moved in together. So we started living together. And then this year man, this Oloshi, this witch. So basically, he was so jealous when he found out that I had a man, and like I literally had a man. I was not lazy bobo. So then he's like, so you have a man? I said, yeah, I have a man. So then he didn't like my ex-partner. So sometimes he would greet him, sometimes he wouldn't greet him. Even when we go to the shop, my ex-partner would be like, look at that window, he's staring at us. He used to watch us like crazy. And this time he's got a baby as well. When the pandemic started easing off, where my ex-partner will go back to where he used to live, he'll go and see his son. So then this guy now, if somebody park on my car park, or if anyone comes to my house, ask me why, this guy will keep a tab on me. And then when my ex come back, it'll be like, oh, did you change your car? Or does this kind of car parked on your car park? I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, listen, I understand you stalking me, but now you're my business like that. And then that went on for a while, but then he was doing the same thing to somebody downstairs. They reported him. So yeah, he ended up getting kicked out from the flat. And yeah, since then, everybody's been feeling safe. And when he moved out, that's when a lot of people were like, oh, do you know he's done this, he's done that. I was just like, it's crazy. He was doing all this under everybody's nose. Wow, this man is a psychopath. I'm glad he moved out. And then yeah, from then I've just been enjoying life, living in my little comfy home. My flat is amazing. It's beautiful. It's just amazing. Like, oh my god, I treat my flat like it's my child. Like, fam, I love my flat. Like, it's just my little comfy home where I can just be me and me. So yeah, that's my story time on how I was getting stalked by my neighbor. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Press that notification bell below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bisous bisous.